A WWE Superstar celebration often goes above and beyond the typical party supplies found at your local big box store. When something needs to be celebrated in the WWE, Vince McMahon's deep pockets help fund some of the greatest moments seen on screen. Watch as 10 WWE Superstars celebrate title wins, birthdays, and their rise to greatness. So check out the craziest celebrations, but before you do that, click subscribe. You'll join our notification squad and be the first to know of new content. Don't zone out, WWE fans. While you're watching, we'll test you with a quiz question that could stump even the die-hard WWE fans. See if you know the answer, and we'll let you know if you were right at the end of this video. Jeff Hardy's title win. 10 years after debuting in the WWE, Jeff Hardy finally got his chance at the top as he was crowned the WWE Champion by defeating Triple H and Edge in a triple threat match at the 2008 Armageddon pay-per-view. The match was crazy and chaotic, with Hardy getting speared through an announcer's table during one point in the match. The finish came when Hardy hit his Swanton Bomb on Edge and pinned him to win the championship. On that night, the fans went nuts, but it was just the beginning of Hardy's huge celebration. Jeff Hardy's long journey would not go unnoticed, as he celebrated on the next episode of SmackDown. Streamers shot out, confetti fell, and fireworks blasted off as Hardy raised the title high and fans cheered him on for multiple minutes. Hardy didn't even have to say a word as the crowd roared as he took in all of the appreciation for his hard work and dedication to get to that point. The celebration helped showcase how the high-flying grappler beat the odds to live out his WWE dreams and ascend to the top of the roster. Edge's Mardi Gras celebration. Edge sure knows how to celebrate a title victory. After winning the WWE Championship, he held a live, intimate celebration in the ring with Lita. While that made a lot of headlines, Edge had to stay creative and exciting for his next championship victory. A few years later, he would kick things up a notch with his World Heavyweight Championship win at the 2007 Vengeance pay-per-view. At the event, Edge defended his title against Batista in a last chance match. Edge won by countout, and Batista was never allowed to face Edge for the title again. This gave Edge a huge cause for celebration and decided to do it Mardi Gras style. Riding in the arena on a parade float, Edge danced and celebrated with all types of Mardi Gras mascots and characters. The lavish display was typical Edge style and included a lot of hilarious moments. Even though the celebration was fun to watch, it was crashed by a disguised Kane. Kane brutally attacked Edge and actually injured him. Edge was forced to sit on the sidelines for months and had to relinquish his championship. Hopefully, the big celebration was worth it. Lex Luger's SummerSlam triumph. A countout victory is typically not something to celebrate, but Lex Luger decided to go above and beyond for his main event victory over Yokozuna at the 1993 SummerSlam. The whole summer of 1993 was built upon Lex Luger's challenge to Yokozuna. He was the first competitor to body slam the massive star and toured around the whole country on the Lex Express to promote the match. The match itself was nothing too special, but it would mark the first time that Yokozuna lost in the WWE. Lex Luger knocked him to the mat using his running elbow smash, and the big man could not return to the ring before the count of 10. As Yokozuna laid out on the arena floor, Luger celebrated in the ring. Red, white, and blue balloons fell through the whole arena, and a number of WWE superstars ran out to lift Luger up in the air. This included the Steiner brothers, Tatanka, and Macho Man Randy Savage in a celebratory outfit of his own. The victory helped keep Luger in the main event scene until WrestleMania 10, when he eventually lost to Yokozuna. JBL's Victory Parade. At WrestleMania 22, JBL was victorious in winning the United States Championship against Chris Benoit. JBL used the ring ropes to cheat and pin Benoit, but he acted like he was the dominant performer in the match and deserving of praise. A few weeks later, he and Jillian Hall threw him an All-American victory celebration, and JBL has spent years going over the top in the WWE. This includes a huge stretch limo, elegant suits, and a large posse by his side. The WrestleMania celebration would be no different. Inflatables, balloons, fireworks, and a full marching band were just a few features of this parade. Long before Bayley had the large wacky tube men dancing on stage, JBL was using patriotic versions for his celebration. After the balloons fell, JBL made his way out, dancing, kicking balloons, and raising his US title high up in the air. Unfortunately for Jillian Hall, JBL felt like the celebration should have been bigger, and he fired her on the spot after berating everything she planned. It might have ended on a sour note, but it was still fun to watch all of the extravagant planning that went into the event. King Booker's coronation. In 2006, the WWE was introduced to King Booker, after Booker T won the annual King of the Ring tournament. This was only the beginning for King Booker, as he would go on to win the #1 contendership and challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship. At the 2006 Great American Bash, King Booker defeated Rey Mysterio. King Booker chose to tap into his newfound royalty for the coronation. In a celebration fit for a king, Booker T celebrated his World Heavyweight Championship victory in style. With royal guards and a horse-drawn carriage, King Booker elegantly made his way to the ring with Queen Sharmell by his side. Confetti fell and the royal couple waved to the booing audience. As Booker sat down in a large throne, pyrotechnics blasted off behind it and shot into the air. King Booker ended up being one of Booker T's best gimmicks in the WWE, and this celebration was just the beginning. King Booker held the title for multiple months and defeated opponents like Batista and John Cena. The confetti became a regular part of his entrance and was used for several pay-per-views, including the 2006 SummerSlam. Don't worry, the celebrations will continue. But before we get back to the balloons and fireworks, let's see if you know the answer to this question. Lex Luger wasn't always known as the All-American in the WWE. What was his initial nickname when he first debuted? Chavo's Fiesta. Chavo Guerrero spent several weeks trying to capture the ECW championship from CM Punk. During an episode of ECW, Chavo took on Punk in a no disqualification match. Thanks to the help of Edge, Chavo was able to pin Punk and win his first ECW championship. And after finally winning the title, he celebrated the only way a Guerrero should, with a huge fiesta. Guerrero danced around the ring as a mariachi band played a triumphant victory song and hundreds of balloons fell. Chavo gloated to the crowd, danced around the ring, and proudly wore the ECW championship around his waist. Little did Chavo know that the celebration would be cut short when CM Punk was revealed to be one of the band members. Punk pulled off the mariachi costume, fake mustache and all, and shocked Chavo. But before Chavo could even react, Punk smashed a guitar over his skull. For many fans in attendance, this is when the true celebration actually began. Chavo laid flat in a pile of his own balloons as Punk proudly raised the ECW title above his head. The feud would continue for multiple weeks where Chavo continued to retain his championship. Eddie Guerrero's huge victory. Defeating Brock Lesnar is no easy task. There are a few who have done it, and many greats that have fallen to the monster. Lesnar has dominated superstars like Goldberg, Hulk Hogan, The Undertaker, and Triple H. This is why in 2004, no one expected that Eddie Guerrero even had a shot at beating Lesnar. Lesnar was on a roll as a champion, and Guerrero was a huge underdog in a match that somehow was building up to WrestleMania 20. Somehow Guerrero defied the odds, defeated Lesnar, and won his first ever WWE Championship. After defeating Lesnar, Eddie Guerrero did not take his win for granted. He clung to that title like it was his life and had a massive celebration entrance the following week on SmackDown. Guerrero had a celebration that was WrestleMania worthy. Fireworks blasted, confetti fell, and Guerrero proudly held up his title for the world to see. The same type of celebration would continue about a month later when Guerrero was able to successfully defend his title in a match against Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 20. Confetti fell once again as Guerrero closed the show standing in the ring with Chris Benoit. This is your life. Mick Foley and The Rock had a complicated relationship. To help show his dedication to the Rock and Sock connection, Foley decided to host a special This Is Your Life segment for The Rock back in 1999. For several minutes, Foley invited people from The Rock's past, and fans went nuts each time The Rock would berate them and send them to the back. Among the guests were The Rock's former gym teacher, a school teacher, and a clown. The segment was hilarious to watch and showcased how great The Rock is on the mic as he delivered all of his famous catchphrases. This Is Your Life segment remains one of the best celebrations and highest rated moments in Raw history. It garnered an 8.4 rating and was one of the biggest highlights of the Attitude Era. It's often included in Best of WWE segments and represents exactly what Raw should be. Mick Foley tried to recreate the same type of segment with John Cena, but it didn't have the same impact or relevance as the original This Is Your Life featuring The Rock. Thankfully, The Rock ended it by delivering a rock bottom of his own. Vince McMahon's birthday. The members of D-Generation X have made a whole career out of roasting Vince McMahon. They taunted him, dumped human waste on his head, and sprayed graffiti on WWE headquarters. Things were no different for a special birthday celebration on an episode of Monday Night Raw. Taking place in 2009, McMahon was celebrating his 64th birthday, and you could truly tell that he was in no mood to celebrate. But that didn't stop DX from continuing their shenanigans. What initially looked like a true celebration for Vince quickly turned into mockery. Taking on a whole Las Vegas theme, Shawn Michaels and Triple H paraded out showgirls, an oversized birthday cake, and even an Elvis impersonator for their boss. Stunt performers also took to the ring to perform tricks in an effort to impress Vince. The highlights were the zingers and one-liners that DX kept tossing out at McMahon's expense. This included old age jokes, embarrassing video clips, making Vince wear the Elvis glasses, and before the celebration could end, the members of Legacy interrupted and attempted to attack DX. This led to a special 6-man tag match where Vince teamed with DX to defeat Legacy. Daniel Bryan's Yes Movement. The WWE Universe has said yes to Daniel Bryan for several years, and it was made official with the Occupy Raw Yes Movement celebration. No matter what the WWE did with Bryan, the fans kept cheering for the star and led to a huge fan base that would chant for him at every single show. When the WWE finally decided to embrace Bryan's fan base, they celebrated with the special Yes Movement. Bryan spoke and video packages showcased his long journey in the WWE. It was a great way to cheer on Bryan and show how far he's come along in pro wrestling. That's when the true celebration began. In something never seen before, Daniel Bryan had the ring flooded with WWE fans in his t-shirt. Dozens and dozens of fans stayed all around the ring, chanted with Bryan, and showed their full support. They celebrated and stayed in the ring in protest until Triple H came out and agreed to a match against Bryan at WrestleMania. The moment was truly unique and featured an extremely loud arena crowd. The movement had a huge impact, as Bryan defeated Triple H at WrestleMania 30 and then went on to win the main event against Randy Orton and Batista. Now let's see the trivia answer. Lex Luger debuted in the WWE as the Narcissist, an evil character that was managed by Bobby the Brain Heenan. And there you have it. What celebration did you like the best? Were some of them too over the top? Are there any we missed? Let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to TheSportster on YouTube. Thanks for watching. See ya!